Now, speaking of side hustles, speaking of making extra money, I want to tell you about a website called Rise Relentless. I own the website. It's RISELENTLESS. Rise Relentless. We sell fun coffee mugs for entrepreneurs, side hustlers, and everyone that dares to dream. The big man is showing off his one of one custom too big to fail idiots versus idiots mug. It's got our mugs on the mug. That one is not for sale yet, but might be coming out soon. We're working on.
Hey, again, for the right price, I'll make it one of two. I don't
Yeah,
mind share. That's all I'm saying.
There you go. But this last story freaks me out, and I'm not a luddite. I'm a technology guy. Okay, I'm an early adopter of technology. I was one of the few people when I was 16. I started college when I was 16, and I was one of the few people that carried a smartphone. And my friends are like, dude, because like everyone, had just started buying those Motorola Razors.
Right.
Like, dude, those are the people who also bought iPhones later and who also mocked people who didn't buy iPhones. And so,
right.
But all of those people have electric cars, so they're going to have to charge a car overnight to come over and, punch me in the face if they got something to say.
And
I could just
they
drive
live
up
within 250 miles.
That's what I'm saying. But Domino's, a pizza chain, has started to deliver pizzas with self-driving cars. So no thanks. I don't want to live in this future.
Not only just a self-driving car, a self-driving robot, okay?
Yeah.
I don't know if you looked up what this looks like, but it looks like a mini minivan, right? Like it's specifically made to deliver groceries. Apparently, I learned today, did not know this, and this is all happening right now. It's all happening in Houston. They're also in Phoenix, but the big thing is in Houston. They've already been doing this for delivering for CVS, right? And it's literally, folks, looks like a mini minivan. Look it up. It's called the Nero something.
Yeah,
Nero
it's a
R2.
Yeah, something like that.
Nero R2, and it looks like a mini minivan with a couple of trunk hoods on it, right? Where you can open it up.
There'll be a picture of it in the description of this episode.
And right now, if you do live in Houston and you're listening to this show, you have to call the, which branch is it? The Woodland Heights location for Domino's. And you have to say, hey, you have to select the option of I want the robot to drop off the pizza, right? You order it. The robot drives to your house. You get a text message with a PIN number on it. You enter the PIN. You open the latch. There's your pizza, nice and warm. You take it back into your house, and you just got your pizza delivered to you by a robot. Nobody in the car. Nobody anywhere near you. Like, that's insane. That is insane.
Listen, I have two thoughts here. The Dos Equis Pandy has created a situation where human beings would like a little less contact with other human beings.
Sure.
So it has created a situation where it's probably the right time for this particular product. But I'm just saying, as someone who is, again, I'm not a Luddite. I am way better at technology than the big man. The big man just could not figure out technology to save his life. He is so old. I am literally the youngest person that exists. I am part of Gen Z and the generation that comes after Gen Z.
Alpha, right? Isn't it Alpha? It's Alpha.
Yeah, I'm Alpha Gen. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, so I'm a child. I'm a baby. This is too much. This is too far.
It's coming, brother. It's coming.
I want, when I order a pizza, I want a pimple-faced 20-year-old listening to Led Zeppelin, who is clearly high on whatever legal herbal remedies are available in their jurisdiction. That's what I want. Okay?
It makes you feel good about giving them a big tip because they need it. They need it really bad. But look, they've already signed agreements with Walmart, CVS, obviously, Kroger, Chipotle. Here in the Austin area, they signed back in 2000 with HEB. They look, whether you like it or not, these little robot delivery cars that, by the way, drive on the regular road. They're completely, you know what I mean? And they look like, and they've got the big camera, the Google Street Cam looking thing on top. This is the future because guess what? And again, this is another industry that has benefited from the Dos Equis Pandy we've talked about that probably was 2025, right? Or something like 5 years out. And it took this as an opportunity to go, oh, hell no. No. We're going to get this out now because people don't want to leave their houses anyway, and we're delivering more pizzas than we ever have anyway.
And
right?
people don't want those delivery people to come to their door and hand them something.
Absolutely. Everything's contactless. Where I live, everything's contactless anyway. If I have pizza delivered to the house, they set it on, the front porch. Yeah. They've done it so often now that my family started to see they're actually putting down little pieces of cardboard to raise the pizza off the ground, so they're not setting it on the ground. The point is what's different between that and going out to the street and punching in a number and getting it out of the robot, and then the robot goes on about his business. And if you can get people to buy in on pizza delivery by robot, then they'll definitely call HEB and get it delivered with robot.
Of course.
They'll definitely call.
They're going to call up HEB on their phone, right? They're going to dial HEB's number and say, hey, can you deliver salad to my house? No, they're going to use an app, obviously.
Well, and then when it comes to, you're going to get McDonald's branded and what?
Yeah,
how long before these become okay? Your groceries are getting delivered by each HEB, but it's also got a Taco Bell logo on the side of it because they're paying to advertise Taco Bell on the side of an HEB, right?
Yeah. No, listen, I this is already happening, right? There are already people buying up small fleets of used vehicles to rent out to Uber Eats drivers, to DoorDash drivers, where they go to car advertise and these other websites where you can get your car wrapped as an advertisement. And that is, I don't think it's the future. I think it's here, right?
These robot delivery things are right now. See, now you give me that, I'm going to have to go out and wrap 5 robot delivery things in the big man, logo and everything else. Maybe we'll buy one for it. We'll have a whole fleet of idiots versus idiots.
No, we have something. We already got something else coming there, but I'm already working on something. But I'm just saying, like, this is radical to me, and we got a story coming next week about how it gets even crazier, right? And I split up these 2 stories, and in researching the other story that's coming out next week, I found this story and thought, well, this is wacky. This is already happening.
Well, I think it's an inevitability, not only from a technology standpoint, but a cost-effective standpoint. Again, we've talked about how Walmart, all these different places, these retailers, how much, in our opinion, looking into the future, they're going to become more warehouses than they are really nice store because less and less traffic inside.
It's already happening.
Absolutely. We did a story not too long ago after we had made that prediction. Several Walmarts had done that kind of stuff. But you add in these robot fleets, even though it costs them for these robot fleets, grocery stores, Walmarts, they make that money back like this. Not paying somebody to drive, to deliver. That's been the big hurdle for delivery services, even in inner cities up to this point, is it's expensive to pay that 20-year-old kid to drive 5 bags of groceries to your house.
And the other thing, too, is in a lot of jurisdictions, in a lot of places, insuring an 18 to 20-year-old driver is rough. Insuring a 16-year-old driver, because 16-year-olds are probably the pay-wise are the target. This is your first job. You're going to be a delivery driver.
Minimum wage, right?
But it's hard to insure them when they're on the road. So it ends up being a thing where you have to have 21 to 25-year-olds. And those people want more money, as they should, because why else are you doing this job, right?
And these robots are electric. They're not using gas. That's a lower cost to these, when you're talking about fleets and stuff like that. So it lowers their cost that they're able to make up. I think you're going to see a future with these kind of robots where almost every type of delivery is free, right? Included in the cost of things. There's no additional fee for it because they're not paying that 18-year-old kid. They're not having to deal with that. They just stick it in these machines. These machines are lined outside your local Walmart, HEB, or whatever, and you just see those 18-year-old kids stuffing these things into the robots.
Yeah.
And then they're going out, and then you add onto it. I'm sure there's some software developer out there already, on just like there are street lights that handle red lights and all this stuff, saying, okay, all right, this has to go in that because it's going to make 2 stops, one at this house and this house, and it's already going right.
Listen, and let me see. I'm going to combine this with something else that already exists. There are already machines that can make hamburgers just as good as a human being can. Yep. There are already machines that can make pizzas just as good as a human being can. We will see very soon a completely automated restaurant that has 1 employee at it all day. That's it.
I don't doubt it, and I think the first ones you'll see of something like that is some kind of fast food, right? A McDonald's will open up in some foreign country that's like, they have 2 employees. Those employees are not there to help you. They're there to fix the crap that may break down on the machine that's helping you, right? I mean,
no, they're just there to oversee the orders, right? They're just there to make sure that the orders go into the right vehicles, that the machines are operating correctly. That's it. Because I was watching it was a TikTok video that was on Instagram, because I don't have TikTok because I'm an American. God bless America.
Whatever. I have TikTok and I'm an American.
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah, I know. But you
see
also
this
have
Texas right up here, Bubba?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know. But you also are injected with microchips. So just saying. It was a pizza machine, and they kinked one of the dough. They kinked the dough on. There's 4 or 5 dough things sitting there. They kinked the dough on one of it, and the machine recognizes that it was kinked and still lays out a perfect thing of sauce. So I do think that and it's. So I'm just saying the technology is to a point where, a lot of times when there's a new piece of technology, they may have to roll it out slower because adoption. It's too much to adopt for the consumer at once. But the Pandy has created a situation where adoption is at an all-time high. And, the big man was telling me about using Zoom, and we should do a podcast in 2019 or 2018. And I was like, yeah, I don't think so.
Right.
Yet here we are, and everyone uses this godforsaken piece of software that I absolutely hate. That is literal garbage.
Hey, but it works. It works for me.
Well, it works for you, right? But I'm just saying that, the adoption of this thing, the rate of adoption is going to be so rapid, and that very soon there is going to be, what we believed to be the retail apocalypse could become a situation where smaller, convenient stores, like we've talked about GoPuff on this show before.
Yeah.
Where there's going to be smaller warehouses to serve areas, because these electric, these small electric delivery vehicles don't have the greatest range. That they can, and listen, these things are going to come back. They're going to self-park. They're going to show up. They're going to automatically plug themselves in, so they're charging when they're not moving. It's going to be wild, man. The future is going to be wild.
You know what? If I was going to decide to go to college in today's world, I don't know why it wouldn't be to, some kind of electrical engineer to learn how to fix these things, right? Like, right. Or, the engineers that are designing these things and stuff like that. I mean, that over the next 25, 30 years, right? The maintaining of these kind of fleets, the people that work on them, the people that develop them, the people that put them together, that to me is, and look, this has been this way. Technology is not going to slow down for anybody, right?
No.
I don't remember the stat I was looking at a couple of years, but it's something crazy. Like half the people in college over the last 20 years end up in fields that didn't exist while they were in college.
Right.
That's how fast technology, and I think it's probably even worse now if I was guessing that stat.
Of course,
right?
Yeah.
You're in college right now. Maybe you're working on engineering because you think one thing, but you end up in a completely different type of engineering field than you thought because technology changed.
Listen, I was in college, and the concept of like business being done over Facebook was a joke.
Right.
Like, somebody's like, I'm going to go start a business, and I'm using Facebook to just, because you couldn't even buy ads on Facebook yet.
Right.
Right? And the concept of people using I had an eBay business in college, and my friends thought it was like, oh, that's cute. Right? I was like, well, I'm like, bro, you make $7.25 an hour working at Subway.
Yeah.
I put 3 cell phones on eBay, and I make the same thing you do in a week. They were just like, yeah, I mean, but let's say, like, come on, it's like a one-time. It's not going to last, right? They have the same approach to internet business that you do to cryptocurrency. Like, yeah, right, that's not going to last. Real people go to an office and have a job. And now all of them, without fail, hit me up to say, I'm selling essential oils for some multi-level marketing company. Do you want to sign up? And I just go, up yours, club.com.
Club.com. And then, but yeah, so I think this is just an example of where we're headed. Domino's is a great, I think, for this company. Nero's that's making these, I think Domino's was a great choice. I mean, everybody knows Domino's Pizza, right?
They're a very forward thinker when it comes to technology too. So.
Absolutely. And so I think the first article I read about them partner was in 2019. It was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
It was pre Dos Equis Pandy, right? It was pre that. And this
they were
just
building
accelerated.
Chevy Sparks. Yeah, they were building Chevy Sparks to deliver cars.
Yeah.
Deliver pizzas. Oops.
So anyway, I think that's our show this week.
Is that
right,
it?
Danny?
You have nothing else to complain about? You have nothing to whine about?
Not today. Not today. Yeah. Tomorrow, new day, new problems. We'll figure that out.
Well, hey, you want to hear something crazy? According to my accountant, Microsoft Paint is not a personal finance software, so he is not accepting my receipts to process my tax returns. So that's a bummer.
Yeah, that is a bummer. Anything else, Danny?
That's all.
Is that the end of your idiocy today?
No, that is just the beginning of my idiocy today. Just get started.
All right, folks. We'll see you next time around.
You can see it's a beautiful day outside, so I'm going to head out. We'll see you later, folks.
Later.